Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? My name is Josh Coates. I am a member of the John Maxwell team and a push coach, and excited to hang out with you guys tonight. I hope you're ready for some good stuff. Kelly should be joining me on here any minute. I'm getting things rolling, and then she is supposed to be coming to hang with me here any minute now. So as soon as you guys hop on, I will get Kelly added to me. We're going to talk about how to build momentum tonight. Momentum is your greatest friend. It's the best friend you could possibly have. There's Kelly. We're going to get Kelly brought on, add her. She should be coming on any sec, guys. Make sure to say hi as you jump on. Hi, Julie.
Hey guys.
What's up, Kelly?
Hey Josh. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
So good. In fact, I have a huge announcement that I have to tell our team.
You go for it. It's all yours, and I'll just jump back in whenever you're ready. Sound good?
Okay, super exciting, and it's fun that you're here to hear this, Josh. So as of today, our team has sold $10 million in nail polish strips. I'm so excited, you guys. We hit our goal, and that is insane.
That's awesome.
And I'm so freaking proud of you guys. So I just had to announce that because I'm like gushing with pride and so happy.
Killer.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm super stoked to have Josh on, you guys. If you don't know Josh, you need to, because he's an awesome coach and he's so motivational. It's not even funny. So I'm excited to have you speak to everyone about momentum, because I feel like that's a super important topic to.
Totally. Okay, so you ready for me to go?
Yeah, so take it away.
Okay, well then let's do this. Thanks for having me, Kelly. Super excited. Me and Kelly are going to be working together one-on-one, which I'm really fired up about. So, Team Nailed It, you're going to be seeing a whole lot more of me, okay? So if you hate my guts, I'm just so sorry. But tonight I'm going to talk about momentum. Momentum, John Maxwell calls it the law of the big mo. And I love what he says about momentum. He says, when momentum is not on your side, every little thing that goes wrong just absolutely kills you. It deflates you. It feels like the end of the world. But when momentum is on your side, you can have like anything go wrong and it like doesn't even phase you. And I love the analogy that he talks about with a train. Take a train at full speed, going full speed ahead, and it can literally run through buildings, correct? Take a train that is not moving, and you can put a little wooden block in front of the tire to keep it from rolling away. And that is the difference between momentum. So many of you are so powerful. You have so much to offer the world, and you have the potential to literally break through buildings. Some of those buildings are debt. Some of those buildings are career choices that you made 10 years ago that you're not that excited about anymore. Some of those buildings are kids who want to go to college, who want to go on vacations, who want to do awesome things. For me, that was the biggest building to really bulldoze through, was what I wanted to create for my kids. But whatever that is, every single one of us has buildings that we want to bulldoze through. The question is, how do we get enough momentum going on our side to bulldoze through them? Showing up every single day is not necessarily about making sales, although of course we all want to make sales. It's about having enough momentum on your side that sales just start to happen naturally. I do not wake up in the morning and say, oh my God, how am I going to get a sale today? I wake up in the morning and I reap the benefits of all of the work that I've been doing for the last 4.5 years. Now, that includes continuing to add steam to it. That continues, if you've got a fire, you've got to say you've got like a locomotive, you got to keep adding the coal, right? You have to keep adding the coal to keep that thing going, or at some point it's going to basically stop running. So I'm not waking up every single day saying, how in the world do I convince someone to give me money today? I'm saying, how do I keep adding coal so that this locomotive can keep going at full speed, and let's see if we can find a faster speed. So tonight I want to teach you the 4 steps to getting momentum, that if you want your business to change, if you want your life to change, there's 4 things you have to know. Honestly, for a long time, I feel like a lot of us in the industry, we're just saying, hey, if you just talk to enough people, it just happens. Like the difference between successful people, unsuccessful people is just how many people they're talking to. And there's some truth to that, but that's not the full picture. And I really feel like over the last year, I've got from working with just for 4.5 years now, I've been mentoring and coaching people in the multi-level marketing world. And I feel like from having one-on-ones at very high level, running mastermind groups for people that are kind of like a middle level, and running training groups with people that are usually just at a lower level, just trying to, I've learned so much about all these different levels and about the differences of what people have and what people don't have at different levels. And so these 4 things are the things you have to get to the top level. Okay? You guys want to learn what those are? You guys want to know how to build a bigger business? If so, drop me an emoji.
Yes, we do.
Drop me an emoji while I get a drink, guys. I love that I have Kelly here with me because usually it's just me on here and I have no one to look at and feed off of.
I'll be your cheerleader, Josh.
I love
I'll
it.
be
It's
your
the best. Kelly,
I'll be your Oprah. I'll be your commenter.
I'm gonna hire you as my full-time cheerleader. Okay, so all right, there comes the emojis. There we go. Okay, good. Also, real quick, we've got 53 people on here and a page of like 70 million. Do me a huge favor, tag a couple people from your downline. I'm assuming we have just like the full team in here, Kelly, not just your direct line. Tag some people in your downline.
Tag all the people.
Make sure they get on here, guys. It's not enough for just you to grow. You got to grow your team, okay? Get their butts on here. It's a Thursday night. It's 7:05 Central Time. If you're in Mountain, it's 6. If you're in Eastern, it's 8. If you're on Pacific, it's like 5, okay? You ain't got nothing to do right now, okay? Get your butts on here and let's learn, okay? So 4 things you need to know. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is consistency. Consistency is the number 1 thing you have to have on your side. And sometimes this is like the only thing we teach and we forget to leave out the rest of the picture. I'm going to start here, okay? But I've got a lot more to add to this picture, okay? I want you to write this down. If you're taking notes, write down the word consistency, all caps, underline it 7 times, highlight it in green, pink, orange, purple, yellow, blue, any other colors that you have, okay? The word is consistency. And then I want you to write this question after the word consistency. I want you to write this question. What am I doing consistently? Because sometimes we get the wrong picture from consistency. Sometimes we think consistency means showing up every day, but we don't necessarily ask ourselves what it is we're doing when we show up. And I want you to imagine someone that goes to the gym every single day, but doesn't actually like touch any weights or treadmills or anything. They literally just show up. And they're like, man, I have been consistent for the last 6 months and I haven't lost a single pound. And I am going to ask Planet Fitness for my $10 a month refund back right now. First of all, good luck getting a refund from Planet Fitness. You're going to have to like talk to 1,000 people before they ever give you any money back. But showing up at the gym does not make you consistent. And you may have all of the Lululemon leggings with like, now they've got them to where they're like cut out on like the sides to like have holes.
The mesh.
And yeah, you've got like 35 different patterns. And people really, really, really spend a lot of money to look like they work out these days. And they're always
I love it.
They're always at Super Target, with their makeup still perfect, their hair still perfect. You did not work out. You just go to Lululemon and shop every single day. Okay, that's not enough.
Yeah, so true.
But then,
real talk by Josh.
But the same thing happens with network marketers. Network marketers have this thing. Now, maybe you're not buying Lululemon every day, but I'll tell you what you are doing to trick everyone into thinking you have your own business. You are posting on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat a couple times a day. If you have stories, which you should, you're posting like 7,000 stories. Oh my God, I got my hair done today. Look at this. Oh my God, I got Starbucks. Check out my venti double shot, quad calf, triple, I don't know, I'm making up words now, but and on social media you make it look like you're consistent. And you have even tricked Kelly a lot of times into thinking that you're all in, you got her back, you are with her, you are doing this. because you post on social media. But let me ask you this. I want you to pretend. I just want you to pretend for a second that you just launched, I'm gonna make up a business, okay? Let's say you just launched a cell phone repair store. How about that? I don't know why I'm making that up, okay? And you picked a spot where you could get some cheap rent, okay? And you went in and you decked this store out. It's so pretty, it's so beautiful, it's so gorgeous. It looks absolutely amazing. But then you never, ever, ever leave the store to tell anyone that the store exists. That is the equivalent of people who are posting on social media, but never, ever, ever actually reach out to human beings to try to make sales. And you have tricked everybody. And I go to retreat after retreat after retreat, and people are like, yeah, Josh, I've been doing this for like 3 years. How come I'm not seeing results? Well, let's talk about what you do every day, because posting on social media does not make you a business owner. And if it does, then the whole freaking earth is a bunch of business owners, right? You are not the only one posting on social media every day. Every freaking friend you have is posting on social media every single day. The difference is they're not stupid enough to think they should get paid for it. Nobody is stupid enough to think, well, I post on social media 2 times a day. I can't figure out why a paycheck doesn't show up. And yet network marketers do it all the freaking time. You have to ask yourself, what am I doing consistently? Am I adding to my network consistently? You should be adding friends if you're on Facebook. You should be using hashtags and networking with new people if you're on Instagram. You should be joining interest groups. You should be constantly thinking about, how do I get my name, my brand, my message, that's one of my affirmations, in front of more people every single day. Every day. Remember, we're constantly reaping the benefits of work we did 3 to 6 months ago. If you aren't putting yourself in front of new people today, guess what? 3 months from now, you ain't got no sales at all. And I hear this from people all the time. I've run out of my warm market. I don't know who to talk to now. Well, of course you don't know who to talk to, because you have not been expanding your network. So you got to make sure every single day you are expanding to new people, to new places. I don't know quite enough to know if you guys do parties or not, whether it's Facebook or in person. If that's what you do, then you should be doing more of those. But how do you do more parties if you've already done a party for everyone you currently know? You can't. So what do you got to do? You do a party, you ask for referrals. You ask every freaking person at the party if they will host a party for you. You ask them to write down the names of 5 people they know that would love to throw a party for you. You are constantly asking what John Maxwell asks everywhere he goes: who do you know that I need to know? My entire business has been built on asking that question. I've asked Kelly that question several times. Kelly, who do you know that I need to know? Why? Because that's how business works. I need to know who other people know, not just who I know, or I'm going to be stuck. The other thing is, am I actually doing this thing that I call invites on a regular basis? What is an invite? An invite is where, instead of just talking about their dog for 35 messages, you actually pull the trigger and say, hey, I'm so glad you do parties, by the way. You say, hey, would you like to host a party for me? You say, hey, would you like to try a party or a product? You say, hey, would you be interested in seeing what I do to earn money on the side? You actually get to the sale. There's a whole lot of you that are like, yeah, but I talk to people every single day. Awesome. Do they have any idea what you do? Do they have any idea that there is an opportunity to do this? Have you ever seen someone running around the neighborhood? Have you ever chased them down and been like, oh my gosh, I see that you run in my neighborhood every single day. I was wondering, how do I purchase a running program from you? Could you tell me how I can sign up to learn how to run from you? Nobody does that, right? You have to go to them. The Girl Scouts are some of the greatest salespeople in the world. First of all, because they're adorable and they sell amazing cookies. But second of all, because they show up at your freaking door, okay? I always joke that Girl Scouts have so much more guts and tenacity than the average network marketer. You ever see a Girl Scout that's like scared to tell you You never see a Girl Scout like covering up her like badge and like walking in and being like, hey, it's a very pretty house you have. Oh, you have dogs? I have dogs too. Let's talk about dogs for 30 minutes. And then walk away without even presenting the fact that they have some freaking chocolate cookies in their bag that they can sell you. And yet we, as grown adults, I love to use this word because I feel like we forget this sometimes. As grown adults, can't figure out how to just ask someone, hey, by the way, got this awesome product. It's legit. Do you want to try it? Or, hey, by the way, I've got this business opportunity. If you're like me, you're a stay-at-home mom, you want to contribute somehow, or maybe you're a working mom but would love to make some extra money without picking up extra hours, would you be interested? It's literally that simple. I know it's not easy because you're so afraid of what everyone thinks about you. You don't want to be that weird salesy person. You don't want to be the awkward person. So don't be salesy. Just be honest. Just come to people straight up and be honest with your heart, okay? So number one, consistency. What are you doing daily? It is not enough to just exist daily. It's not enough to just post on social media daily. You have to actually do something, okay? That's number one, was consistency. I think I might have lost you, Kelly, unless I froze out. I think Kelly froze out, or she just was like, I'm out of here. She's tired of being my cheerleader. Number two is intensity. So first, it's consistency. Second, it's intensity. And then next to intensity, I want you to write this down. What kind of energy am I putting out? What kind of energy am I putting out? Someone drop a comment, let me know that I'm not frozen. You guys all there? Is everybody still here with me? Everybody but Kelly? Kelly peaced out. I'm trusting that you're all with me. Number two is intensity. What kind of energy are you putting out? So it's one thing to show up every single day. It's another thing to show people some type of energy. It's another thing to be so, it's all good, Kelly, it's all good. It's another thing to be so excited and so passionate about what you do that you become a freaking magnet. One of the things that I say every single day in my affirmations is that I have charisma, that people are drawn to me like a magnet, that everywhere I go, people, resources, connections are just drawn to me like a magnet because of the intensity that I show up with. Now, tell me this, is there anyone on this call, is there a single person on this call that questions whether or not I love what I do? Is there anyone who even questions that? Is there anyone who is like, you know, Josh, it's really cool that you do this, but I don't think you're really into it. I think this is all BS. I think you're just, no, I show up with energy and with passion because I know that intensity is half the battle. It is not enough to just show up. You have got to show up with energy. You have got to show up because you want to make a difference, because you are so fueled up and on fire. And I always joke that when you are burning on fire, people will literally line up to watch you burn. Now, not everyone's going to join you, of course. Not everyone is going to want to be on fire with you. Not everyone's going to be crazy enough to come diving into the flames with you. But when you are on fire, people will line up around you to watch you burn. And some people will start to say things like this, and maybe some of you have heard this. Before your results ever take off, before the money ever actually starts showing up, you'll start getting messages from people that say things like, oh my God, you are like killing it. You are like so on fire. I love what you're up to. And they start to assume that you're having success before the success actually shows up. And I've always said since my very, very first event that our outward success is really an expression of our inward growth. I think you should write that down. That's some good stuff. Our outward success is an expression of our inward growth. When you are growing and you are on fire, I'm talking people start to notice. And people start saying things like, oh my God, you have been on fire lately. And they start to assume that you're making a lot of money before you even are. They start to assume that you're rank advancing. They don't know what your rank means. They don't have any idea. They start to assume these things before it happens. And here's the beauty of that. When people start to see the assumed success, people are 100 times more likely to join in on what you're doing. Because I'll tell you something that people do not want to do. You want to know something that people do not want to do? People do not want to join something that's dead. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be the one at the concert where there's only 2 people, right? Nobody wants to go to the party that no one shows up for. People want to be a part of something that's happening. So when they see this energy and they see this life, there is kind of this like social credibility that you get where they assume there's something going on. They assume there's a party on the other side of the curtain, and they want to get there and they want to be a part of it. So number 1 is consistency. Number 2 is intensity. Number 3 is worth. Write this down, please, please, please. This may be the most valuable lesson you'll learn tonight, maybe in your entire life. I don't know. Worth. W-O-R-T-H. Worth. Now, when I write out the formula, I write out consistency plus intensity plus worth, and I write worth in all caps with parentheses around it. And here's why. Because worth is the only part of the equation that's already taken care of for you. Let me say that again. Worth is the only part of the equation that's already given. You don't have to do anything to get it other than accept it and embrace it. And yet it's almost the number 1 thing that people give up. It's the number 1 thing people do not embrace. The only thing that's given. And let me explain to you. Because maybe you've reached out to several people and they said no. You start to internalize that and think, well, maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe I'm not pretty enough. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe you had some reps sign up under you that never did anything. Then you start to internalize, maybe I'm not a good leader. Maybe it's because I'm not outgoing. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's because of that. And what's really happening is that we are, I always say this, our limiting beliefs are constantly looking for a story to justify our fears and our excuses. In other words, whatever fear you have about this business and whatever excuses you've made up about why you can't succeed, you will start to look for a story to justify that to make you right so that you can have an excuse not to push through it. So if you don't think you're pretty enough, for instance, you will find all of the most gorgeous, successful people in the world, and you will make a story. Yep, see, I knew it. All these gorgeous people are successful. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, who is like the ugliest dude in the world, is the president of the country. Tell me how that works. It doesn't work because you were looking for pretty people. You were trying to prove your story. If you're a Donald Trump fan, even if you are, that's okay. This isn't a political talk. I'm just saying, whether you like him or not, the dude is ugly, okay? I think we can all agree to that, correct? Even if you think he's a great president, he's an ugly dude, okay? The hair, I don't know what's going on with that. But my point is this. We have this thing called worth that we were literally born with. And let me explain to you. I've got 4 kids. I've got 3 boys, 1 little girl. Now, if you follow me on Instagram at joshcoates_pushcoach, you will see tons of pictures of my little 2-year-old girl. If you go watch my stories last night, she was singing Let It Go. She loves Frozen so much, and she will sit around. At 2 years old, she will sing along with Let It Go, which is the most adorable thing with her big blonde curls. Adorable. Now let me explain my kids to you. Amaya is the most easygoing, most chill, most laid back little girl in the world, and my 3 boys just could not be any rowdier. I mean, my 3 boys, especially my 2 older boys, can be a headache sometimes. But here's the thing. They are all 4 worth the same amount to me. Nothing that any of them could do could ever take away from the worth they have to me. I would step in front of a bullet for any 4 of them, no matter how much they were getting on my nerves that day. No matter how many times they disobeyed, no matter what they did, I would still step in front of a bullet for them. I would still work my butt off for them. I would still give them just as much love. Maybe not quite as much as attention because the little girl is just a doll, but just as much love. Now, you would say the same thing about your kids. Regardless of what they have or haven't done, they're worth the same amount to you. Now, I'm not trying to get religious on anybody, but whether you believe in God or you believe in the universe or whatever it is you believe in, okay? I'm not trying to put my religion on you, but whatever it is you believe in, when you were born into this world, you were born with the same amount of worth that your children are. For me personally, I believe that that worth comes from God. If you believe it's from the universe, again, that doesn't matter. But my point is this: the second you were born into the world, that value was given. And nothing you say, nothing you do can take it away. You can't do anything to earn it. You cannot do anything in the world to earn a higher level of worth. And nothing that you could possibly do could bring you down to a lower level of worth. And this is one of the number one problems we have with business is as you start to grow your business, if you have insecurities around your worth, you start to take the negative things that happen in your business and internalize them and count them against your worth, or think that because of things you've done in the past that you counted against your worth, that maybe you're not worthy of success. And I need you to understand that the law of sowing and reaping is a universal law that none of you, not one single one of you, is powerful enough to undo. Can't do it. The law of sowing and reaping says, that which a man sows, that will he also reap. It's a universal law. Every religion agrees with this one thing. Spirituality, everyone on the planet seems to agree on this one thing. If I put an orange seed in my front yard, 100 times out of 100 times, if I put the work into growing it, I'll get oranges. I'll never get apples. I'll never get bananas. I'll never get watermelons. I'll never get coal. I'll get oranges every single time. And for whatever reason, when it comes over to our business, we think that we are somehow powerful enough to undo this universal law that's been set into motion for all of time. We think that because we're not pretty enough, not smart enough, not funny enough, not outgoing enough, don't have big enough of a following, whatever your excuse is, we think that we can plant orange seeds and get bananas. In other words, we think that we can put in the same kind of work that Kelly has trained us to put in, but because we aren't as pretty as her, we aren't as smart as her, we aren't as intelligent, whatever, we aren't as whatever as her, we won't get the same results. And that's false news. That is 100% false news. Let me tell you some of the best and worst news you'll ever hear in your life. You can never, ever, ever, ever be powerful enough to undo the law of sowing and reaping. Here's why it sucks. Because no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you wish, no matter how much you hope, you can never, ever, ever reap something that you're not sowing. No one else can fix your life for you other than you. But the most powerful thing you'll ever understand is that basically if no one else can create it, no one else can take it away. You are 100% in control of your destiny by choosing what you decide to sow. Now, here is why I want to give you this whole picture. I could have just taught this one part, but I need you to understand the full picture. The full picture is consistency plus intensity plus worth plus the final chapter, time. Time. The fourth thing, the thing that is our worst enemy, regardless of who you are, is time. We have to understand that we are all on a different timetable. While I believe that every single one of you is capable of getting the thing you want if you're consistent, if you're intense, if you own up to and embrace your worth, the only way it will ever pay off the same way planting that orange tree is if you put it in for long enough time for it to actually give you the fruit that you want. The time factor is so crucial. And let me tell you what can be confusing about time. The thing that can be confusing about time is when we all assume we should be on the same timetable. You say, I've been doing it for 1 year, this other person has been doing it for 1 year, we should have the same results. And that's false. Again, false news. Because you may not have been as consistent as they were for that year. You may not have been as intense for that year. You may have been self-sabotaging because you didn't understand your worth for that year. And then there's one more thing that I just really, really, really need you to understand. Even if you were just as consistent as them, even if you were just as intense as them, and had just the same amount of worth that you allowed to empower you along the way, you got to understand this. Your day one and someone else's day one is never the same. I want you to imagine one person buys a farm. They buy land that has already been set up and prepared to plant seed in. And then you have another person who moves into my house with a big, huge backyard, but that has never been tilled before. It's got a whole bunch of grass. It's got some weeds. And they try to plant the exact same seed in my backyard as the person who bought the farmland that was basically set up and ready to go. Will those two people see a harvest at the exact same amount of time? Will they see the same harvest at the same time? The answer is no. Because at my house, there is a whole lot of work that has to be put into, that has to be done just to get the ground ready for the seed. And here's the mistake that people make over and over and over and over again, is thinking that just because you signed up, that it's your day one. Some of you came into this business and you had literally never embraced another growth opportunity in your entire life. You've avoided new opportunities. You have avoided social outings where you could have maybe, I don't know, if nothing else, become better at socializing and getting to know people, hearing about people. Some of you have avoided the spotlight for your entire life. Some of you have kept a very, very, very small social network your entire life, which there's nothing wrong with that. But let's face it, you're not going to grow a huge business with a small social network. So some of you, when you signed up your day one, you had a whole lot of work to do on the ground that you purchased. Other people, I'm just going to use an example of Kelly because I know Kelly and I've known her for several years, spent several years in another business building up a network, working on her social media skills, working on her confidence, working on her people skills. When she signed up for this business, she was basically buying farmland that was set up and ready to go because she'd spent the last several years working on that land. And then you try to compare the time and energy that you've put into this business and compare it to her, and that's just not fair at all. See, our day one is not the day you signed up. Our day one is the day you were born. The day you were born is when you started working on your ground, because business, again, our outward success is an expression of our inward growth. Our business is not just a business, it is an extension of our growth journey. And so many of you, when you signed up, this is the first time you've ever embraced growth. It's going to take a whole lot longer than someone who has been embracing growth for years. Myself personally, I played 5 different sports growing up. My dad took me to church 5 times a week where I learned a lot of discipline. Fortunately, I went to a church where they told me a lot of good things, that God had a plan for me, that God had a hope for me, that God had a future for me. My dad made me do 3 pages of affirmations on the way to school every single day. He prayed with me before every single game that I went to, believing for God's favor and for God's protection. All these different things for my entire life. My 20s, I spent serving at my church, playing on the praise and worship team, leading praise and worship in the youth, eventually being kind of my brother's assistant and filling in for him speaking when he was gone. Then I launched out and had my own band and I toured the country. I was basically the leader of an auto detail shop for 10 years. I literally took every single growth opportunity that came my way pretty much since the age of 4. And it still took me an entire year to transfer and translate all of those lessons into business before I ever saw any results in my business. Time. Time. It's our worst enemy, but if you use it properly, can become your best friend. Because when we put these 4 things together, consistency, intensity, and worth, when we put these 3 things together with enough time, we eventually get this thing called momentum. And momentum becomes our best friend in the world. Because at some point in time, you get to where you have been so consistent and so intense, and you believe in your worth so much, you are like that freaking freight train that you can just fly through buildings. Someone messages you today and says, oh my God, you're so salesy, I can't believe, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, that's fine, I don't care. I've got like 100 of those messages before, whatever. Now when you got no momentum on your side, that can crush you. Someone making a smart aleck comment at the Christmas dinner table from your family can crush you. But when you've done it long enough, you become this unstoppable force. And you are just full speed ahead all the way, all the time, and nothing can stop you. That's what I want for every single one of you. I want you to get to a place in business, but also in life, where you feel like you are unstoppable. But it's going to take these 4 things. I need you to understand that 1 or 2 months is not long enough to become the person you want to become to get the things you want to have. Most people go to college for 4 to 6 years to get properly trained to go do a certain career, and then they spend several years in that career trying to work their way up, correct? So why is it that in network marketing, we get pissed that in 6 months we're not millionaires? You have got to understand, guys, you have the rest of your life to grow into the person you want to become and get the things that you want to have. You have got to stop rushing the process. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to have enough urgency to push for something that scares you, something big. For those of you that heard me speak last time in here, I spoke on urgency. I want you to have the urgency to say, I'm pushing for something huge this month. But that I want you to be patient with the process of how long it takes to get the things you're actually pushing for. Do you understand that? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to keep showing up, to keep investing in yourself. Keep plugged into this team, to the resources, to the value that Kelly and others that she brings in here are giving. Keep yourself plugged in, because like that ground, okay? Ground takes some time to till, to get it ready for the seed. And our minds and our hearts sometimes had a whole lot of weeds growing in them for many, many years. And we need to the more you plant yourself into this environment, the quicker your ground is going to become what you want it to become, so that it can have the seeds you want it to have, produce the fruit you want it to have. So keep showing up, keep investing in yourself. Okay? I love you guys so much. I do want to give you 2 different little offers here at the end. Number 1, tomorrow night, if you're watching this recorded, August 30th on a Thursday, I'm doing something called a Virtual Leadership Summit. The Virtual Leadership Summit is for people specifically who want to grow their teams. You're saying, Josh, I got some people starting to sign up with me, and I really, really, really want to help the people in my downline to succeed. That's what the Virtual Leadership Summit is all about. So many people struggling with the limiting belief of leadership, feeling like they don't have the skills, feeling like they don't have the tools, feeling like they don't have the process, okay? So on the Virtual Leadership Summit, I'm going to teach you those things. You're going to have a session with me, and then 3 other sessions with some high-performing people. Kelly is giving you the link for it right there. Please use that link. It's $37. For $37, you get 4 different calls. 1 with me, and then 3 with the whole, there's basically 9 speakers in total over 4 calls, just $37, okay? And then another special thing that I'm going to do for you guys, because me and Kelly are starting to work together one-on-one, and I want to help more of you. We're going to blow up this whole team, guys. We're going to blow up the whole freaking team. For those of you that maybe don't have teams yet, but that's what you're working toward, and you want to work toward becoming more consistent, more intense, embracing your worth, and sticking it out for the time, I have a group called the Push Mastermind. And the Push Mastermind basically is a very, very, very high intensity, high level accountability group, okay? In this group, every single Monday, I basically do a call, and I give like 30 minutes, kind of like tonight, where I talk about belief, and I just talk about things to help you grow, to help you keep going. And then I have a Q&A session where I answer all of your top questions. But the most powerful thing we do is we put you on a daily tracker. This daily tracker gives you all of the things that you need to do on a daily basis to grow your business, from growing your network, to doing personal development, to doing affirmations, to starting new connections, starting convos, invites. Everything we need to be doing on a daily basis to basically grow your sales and recruits will be on this tracker, okay? And then what we do is every single Monday we have a call out post. If you fall below 70% of your activities on the tracker, we call you out in a post on Monday. Once you're called out, you have 48 hours to make up your activities, or you get kicked out of the group. It's the most extreme accountability I have ever created, and as a result, in month 1, we had 96% of the entire group that did 70% or more of their activities to stay in the group. And the whole point is, if I can give you this kind of accountability, I can get you to show up and do the things that you know you need to do to grow, okay? So I'm going to drop a link when I get off in here. The group is usually $249 a month, but for Kelly's team, and I'm actually not doing this for any of my other clients. Kelly's the only one getting this deal. For Kelly's team, I'm going to give you guys a link to get in at $199 a month. So basically $50 cheaper than what anyone else can sign up for on my website right now, because I really, really, really want to help this team go to the next level, okay? If we can get enough of you to sign up, we will start basically an extra Facebook page just for Team Nailed It, for the people in it, so that you don't have to be mixed in with a bunch of other companies, and you can just have your own page where you guys can converse and share resources back and forth, okay? So I'll drop that link in here when I'm done. If you're interested, get in there, get it done, okay? This is not going to be an ongoing deal, okay? This deal is only going to be here for today and tomorrow, okay? So basically through the end of Thursday, because tomorrow night I have my webinar. We got a lot of other stuff going. So if it's something you want to do, I need you to hop on it ASAP, today or tomorrow, because after that, that price will go away and it'll just be $250 a month if you want to go sign up, okay? Thanks for having me here, guys. Kelly, thank you so much. So excited to work with you. We're going to freaking rock the world together. 10 million is going to turn into 100 million. All right? Keep showing up for yourself. Remember, your worth was defined the day you were born. So you keep showing up. Nothing in the world can stop you from getting the results you want if you keep showing up. Have an awesome night, guys. I will see many of you at the Virtual Leadership Summit tomorrow night. If you do buy a spot in the Push Mastermind, we will put you in the Virtual Leadership Summit for free. All right? Night, guys.